Ladies and gentlemen, there is a powerful truth I want you to hear today. Marriages don't suddenly become joyful, strong, and deeply connected by accident. They grow when we become intentional. They flourish when we choose daily moments of connection. And one of the simplest, yet most powerful spaces for this connection is the morning, the beginning of the day, when hearts are fresh, minds are open, and the direction of the entire day is being set. Morning connection has a way of quietly shaping everything that follows in the day. When two people begin their morning with awareness of each other, they step into the day feeling supported instead of alone. The first words, first looks, and first attitudes act like the foundation of a building. If the foundation is calm and loving, the rest of the day feels steadier, no matter what challenges appear. The morning is the moment when the mind is most open and the heart is most unburdened by the noise of the world. Before phone notifications, responsibilities, and stress begin to pull attention in every direction, there is a sacred window of time. When that window is shared together, it becomes a powerful reminder that the relationship matters more than the rush. This creates a mental anchor that both partners carry throughout the day. When mornings are filled with harsh words, silence, or distance, it is easy for tension to linger long after. A negative start can color conversations at work, reactions to problems, and even self-worth. But when the morning begins with kindness, appreciation, and gentle communication, the emotional climate shifts. The heart feels lighter, and even difficult tasks feel manageable because the day started on a positive note. Morning connection invites intentionality. Instead of waking up and immediately falling into routine, partners slow down enough to acknowledge each other. That simple acknowledgement says, "You matter," without needing dramatic speeches. It speaks to the human need to be seen and valued. When that need is met at the beginning of the day, the rest of the day feels less like a battle and more like a shared journey. This connection also greatly influences how conflicts unfold later on. Couples who start the day united are less likely to interpret mistakes harshly or react defensively. The emotional memory of that gentle morning moment remains in the background, softening responses. It becomes easier to apologize, easier to be patient, and easier to assume the best about each other. Morning togetherness sets attitudes in place before circumstances try to change them. Instead of allowing deadlines, traffic, or stress to dictate the mood, the couple has already chosen their emotional direction. They have already said with their actions that peace, respect, and love will lead the way. This empowers them to respond to irritations instead of being controlled by them. It also builds emotional safety. When partners consistently share calm, supportive mornings, the relationship becomes predictable in a comforting way. There is less fear of sudden emotional storms. Each person knows they can wake up and expect warmth instead of tension. Emotional safety like this allows deeper conversations, vulnerability, and honesty to grow naturally. A positive morning connection influences physical energy as well. The body responds to stress or love in noticeable ways. Loving words and gentle presence lower anxiety, ease muscle tension, and improve focus. People who feel emotionally supported in the morning often walk into their responsibilities with more confidence and motivation because their heart feels secure. Consistency plays an important role here. One beautiful morning can lift the spirit, but regular shared mornings shape habits of the heart. Over time, the nervous system begins to expect peace instead of chaos at the start of the day. This repeated pattern rewrites how both partners experience daily life, creating resilience against stress and discouragement. Morning connection is not about perfection or long rituals. It is about choosing to connect before the world interrupts, choosing presence instead of distraction, choosing soft words instead of rushed indifference. When the day begins in togetherness, it silently teaches both hearts that love is the first priority, and everything else can be faced from there. Small morning moments may seem insignificant at first glance, but they carry a profound impact on the strength of a marriage. A shared smile, a simple touch, or a few quiet words can create an invisible thread that holds two hearts together throughout the day. These tiny actions, repeated consistently, speak louder than grand gestures or extravagant displays of love because they show attention, care, and intentionality in the ordinary rhythm of life. When partners share a cup of tea or coffee, it is more than a routine, it is a moment of presence. Sitting across from each other, even in silence, communicates that the relationship has priority. The morning offers an opportunity to reconnect before distractions and responsibilities pull attention away. These seemingly small moments cultivate a sense of that strengthens emotional intimacy, giving both partners a quiet but powerful reassurance that they are seen and valued. A short conversation about dreams, plans, or even simple thoughts can change the emotional climate of a day. Listening with genuine interest, asking questions, and sharing laughter in the first moments of waking builds familiarity and trust. These exchanges train the heart to seek connection rather than distance, and they reinforce the idea that each partner's presence is meaningful. Over time, these small interactions accumulate, forming a foundation of emotional security that is difficult to shake. Gentle touches in the morning, like holding hands, a hug, or a soft pat on the back, carry chemical and emotional significance. Physical closeness releases oxytocin, the hormone of bonding, creating warmth, comfort, and a sense of safety. These little gestures are like deposits in a relational bank account. They may feel small, but their impact grows exponentially as trust, affection, and closeness compound over time. Even sharing a short prayer or moment of gratitude can transform the energy of a relationship. When both partners intentionally pause to reflect on blessings or set positive intentions together, it establishes a shared emotional direction. This practice strengthens the sense that life is being faced together, reinforcing teamwork and mutual support. Such moments may last only a few minutes, but their influence can linger all day. Small morning routines also allow couples to celebrate each other in tiny ways. A compliment, a word of encouragement, or an expression of appreciation can shift attitudes and reinforce positive behavior. These small affirmations counterbalance any negativity that may arise, creating a pattern where love and encouragement become the first response rather than the last resort. Emotional habits formed in these moments carry forward, influencing the tone of every interaction throughout the day. Consistency is key to the power of these moments. One positive morning may brighten the day, but repeated small gestures build enduring emotional bonds. The mind and heart begin to associate mornings with connection, trust, and warmth, creating a subconscious pattern that strengthens the marriage naturally. Over weeks and months, the couple learns that love is not only expressed in grand acts, but in repeated, meaningful interactions during ordinary moments. These moments also provide a buffer against stress and conflict. Starting the day connected allows couples to navigate challenges with more patience, empathy, and perspective. When both hearts are reminded in the morning that they are partners facing life together, it becomes easier to handle disagreements, misunderstandings, or external pressures. Small gestures act as anchors, keeping the emotional connection steady amid turbulence. Morning togetherness allows the cultivation of joy in simplicity. It teaches couples to find beauty and contentment in ordinary routines. When small moments are valued and savored, the relationship begins to feel less about material or external achievements and more about shared experiences, emotional presence, and mutual care. The rhythm of these mornings becomes a language of love, quietly but profoundly shaping how both partners experience life together. Ultimately, these small moments are the heartbeat of a healthy marriage. They require intentionality and attention but pay enormous dividends. A smile, a word, a touch, or a shared moment of reflection may seem minor, yet they reinforce emotional safety, trust, and intimacy in ways that grand gestures alone cannot. They teach that love thrives not only in extraordinary circumstances, but in the deliberate, consistent attention paid to each other in the quiet beginning of each day. Morning togetherness creates a sense of teamwork that is both subtle and transformative. When a husband and wife start their day side by side, they are signaling to each other that they are not alone in facing life's challenges. This simple alignment of hearts and minds establishes a shared purpose, a mutual understanding that no matter what comes during the day, They are in it together. It shifts the mindset from individual struggles to a collective journey, where victories are celebrated together and difficulties are borne together. The sense of teamwork built in the morning is more than practical cooperation. It is emotional synchronization. Partners who connect at the start of the day are more likely to approach problems with collaboration instead of conflict. The early moments of shared attention cultivate empathy and patience, allowing each person to step into the other's shoes before stress and frustration take hold. By consciously investing in connection first thing in the morning, couples create a partnership that feels supportive rather than adversarial. Morning routines allow couples to establish roles of encouragement and reinforcement. One partner might share a word of affirmation, while the other expresses gratitude or enthusiasm. These small gestures communicate that both individuals are allies who want to see the other succeed. Such reinforcement strengthens trust and builds confidence, giving each partner a sense that they are not only loved but also supported in their goals, responsibilities, and personal growth. When mornings are intentionally spent together, communication flows more naturally. Couples are more likely to discuss their plans, priorities, or even concerns in a calm, constructive way. These conversations, rooted in morning presence, reinforce the idea that decision-making, problem-solving, and life planning are joint efforts. It nurtures a cooperative spirit that permeates the rest of the day, making teamwork a lived reality rather than just a concept. Shared mornings also build resilience. Facing the day together strengthens the emotional connection that can be tested later by stress, disagreements, or unexpected challenges. The emotional reserve created through morning connection acts as a buffer, providing stability when difficulties arise. Each partner feels that they have a reliable ally, someone who is aligned with their heart and intentions, ready to face the world together rather than as isolated individuals. Teamwork in marriage is further reinforced through small, consistent acts of togetherness. Preparing breakfast together, sharing chores, or even taking a brief walk in the morning encourages cooperation and mutual understanding. These shared actions, though seemingly mundane, communicate commitment, partnership, and solidarity. They model a pattern of unity that reminds both hearts that marriage is about we rather than me. The emotional tone set by morning teamwork carries over into other areas of life. Partners who begin the day united are more likely to approach conflicts with compromise instead of confrontation. They are more likely to celebrate achievements together and to provide support during moments of stress. Morning connection establishes a shared rhythm that shapes the couple's dynamic, creating a harmonious flow in daily interactions that reinforces unity over discord. Teamwork built in the morning fosters mutual respect and appreciation. When both partners recognize that they are facing the day as a team, it encourages acknowledgement of effort, patience, and sacrifice. This shared recognition nurtures gratitude, and couples begin to see each other not just as cohabitants, but as co-laborers in the work of life and marriage. Respect grows naturally when both partners witness daily the intentional effort to stand together. The sense of shared purpose also enhances motivation. When each morning begins with togetherness, both partners feel accountable not only to themselves, but to each other. There is a subtle but powerful drive to show up fully, act with integrity, and bring positivity into the relationship. Morning teamwork creates a partnership where each person's energy and commitment inspire the other, amplifying individual and collective growth. Finally, morning togetherness teaches that marriage is a partnership in every sense of the word. It shows that success, joy, and fulfillment are not solitary achievements, but shared victories. By consciously spending time together at the start of each day, couples reinforce the mindset that life is meant to be faced side by side, cultivating a deep and enduring sense of unity that strengthens the marriage on every level. Positive morning words have a profound effect on the emotional climate of a marriage, shaping how both partners experience the day. The first things spoken in the morning can act like seeds planted in fertile soil. They set the tone for interactions, attitudes, and reactions long before stress, deadlines, or responsibilities intervene. When words of kindness, encouragement, and appreciation are shared at the start of the day, they create a ripple effect that impacts mood, communication, and connection throughout the entire day. The power of these words lies in their ability to influence both the speaker and the listener. Speaking positively cultivates gratitude and patience in the one who speaks, while hearing affirming words uplifts the heart of the partner. Even small phrases like, "I'm glad you're here," or "you make my life better," carry emotional weight that can counterbalance fatigue, tension, or anxiety. Over time, these simple affirmations become part of the couple's emotional language, creating a shared culture of love and respect that reinforces intimacy. Morning words also function as emotional calibration. They help partners tune into each other's feelings and needs before the demands of the day take over. By acknowledging each other's presence, effort, or worth, couples reinforce a sense of emotional safety. This safety reduces defensiveness and impatience, making it easier to handle disagreements or challenges with grace. The words spoken in these early moments can preempt misunderstandings and diffuse potential conflicts before they escalate. Intentional communication in the morning is an act of choosing love over routine, rather than rushing through mornings with silence or curt instructions. Couples who take time to speak kindly demonstrate care and attention. This choice fosters emotional closeness because it prioritizes the relationship above daily business. The conscious effort to speak life into each other signals that the marriage is valued, and it reminds both partners that connection is a daily responsibility rather than an occasional luxury. Positive words also enhance emotional resilience. Couples who consistently share affirming phrases in the morning are better equipped to handle stress, criticism, or disappointments that arise later in the day. The foundation of encouragement and support built in the morning acts as a buffer against negativity. Even when circumstances are challenging, the memory and energy of loving words provide stability, reminding both partners that they are in a safe, supportive environment. These words encourage alignment of purpose and perspective. When partners start the day affirming each other, they are more likely to approach tasks and challenges as a team. A simple acknowledgement of effort or expression of gratitude reminds both individuals that the relationship is a collaborative endeavor. It encourages cooperation and reduces competition or resentment, helping both partners move through the day with shared vision and mutual respect. Morning words also foster emotional intimacy. Regular verbal expressions of love, appreciation, and encouragement create a pattern of connection that deepens trust. When a partner feels heard, valued, and loved through daily affirmations, it nurtures vulnerability and openness. Over time, this emotional intimacy becomes a cornerstone of the marriage, reinforcing attachment and closeness that strengthen the bond against life's pressures. Consistency in positive morning communication is key. Occasional affirmations are helpful, but repeated, intentional expressions of love and gratitude become habitual cues that shape the emotional dynamics of the relationship. Over weeks and months, couples internalize these affirming patterns, making kindness, encouragement, and appreciation automatic responses rather than conscious efforts. This consistency builds a marriage culture rooted in positivity and mutual support. The words spoken in the morning also influence self-perception and confidence. Hearing validation and affirmation first thing in the day empowers each partner, boosting self-esteem and emotional well-being. This positive reinforcement impacts decision-making, problem-solving, and interpersonal interactions throughout the day, allowing both partners to navigate responsibilities and challenges with a sense of assurance and purpose. Finally, speaking positively in the morning nurtures a mindset of gratitude and joy. When couples choose to highlight each other's strengths, express thanks, or share encouraging thoughts, it transforms ordinary mornings into intentional acts of love. This habit reshapes how the couple experiences daily life, turning simple routines into opportunities for connection, affirmation, and growth, and teaching that words have the power to cultivate happiness, unity, and lasting intimacy. Daily consistency in morning togetherness is one of the most powerful ways to strengthen a marriage. Love is not only built in grand gestures or special occasions, It is cultivated in repeated, intentional actions that show care, attention, and presence over time. When couples make it a habit to spend even a few minutes together every morning, they create a rhythm of connection that becomes woven into the fabric of their relationship, setting the stage for emotional stability and deep intimacy. Consistency builds trust in subtle but profound ways. When a partner knows that every morning will include shared moments of attention, conversation, or touch, it creates a sense of reliability and security. This predictability allows hearts to relax, knowing that even amid life's uncertainties, the relationship remains a constant source of support. Trust grows naturally when love is reinforced daily, not just in sporadic displays of affection or attention. Repetition also strengthens emotional bonds. Each morning that partners invest in one another reinforces a sense of unity and belonging. Simple acts like sharing a warm greeting, exchanging encouraging words, or holding hands accumulate over time to form a strong foundation. These small, repeated investments in connection create a reservoir of positive memories and emotional energy that supports the marriage through challenging days, disagreements, or periods of stress. Consistency shapes habits of the heart. Over time, partners begin to automatically seek connection at the start of each day. What once required effort becomes a natural part of the morning routine. This habit reinforces the value of the relationship and encourages both partners to prioritize emotional intimacy before the distractions and demands of the day take over. A regular rhythm of morning togetherness trains the heart to recognize that love is not incidental, but intentional. Regular morning connection also fosters mutual understanding. When partners consistently share time, even briefly, they learn to anticipate each other's moods, needs, and preferences. This understanding reduces misunderstandings and miscommunications, allowing for smoother interactions throughout the day. Daily consistency strengthens empathy, teaching couples to approach each other with patience and sensitivity because they are attuned to each other's emotional states. The act of daily togetherness creates a feedback loop of positivity. When love, encouragement, and presence are expressed consistently, both partners feel valued and appreciated. This in turn inspires reciprocal expressions of care, reinforcing a continuous cycle of connection and support. The cumulative effect of repeated small gestures cultivates a resilient emotional bond that strengthens the marriage against external pressures and internal challenges alike. Consistency also sets an example for handling other areas of life. Couples who prioritize regular morning connection develop discipline, intentionality, and focus in their relationship. These qualities naturally extend to other aspects of their marriage, such as communication, problem solving, and shared decision-making. By making daily togetherness a non-negotiable practice, couples model a commitment to partnership that transcends mere routine and reflects deep respect and devotion. The power of regular morning connection lies in its subtlety. It does not require hours of conversation or elaborate rituals. Even 5 focused minutes of presence can create emotional resonance that lasts all day. The consistency of these moments is what makes them transformative. Over time, the couple experiences a shift in their relational dynamics, where emotional closeness, trust, and cooperation become second nature because they are reinforced day after day. Daily habits of connection also cultivate gratitude. When partners start the day intentionally acknowledging each other, expressing appreciation, or sharing affection, they develop an awareness of the relationship's value. Gratitude nurtures positivity and resilience, making it easier to navigate conflicts, stress, or fatigue. The regular reminder of love and commitment strengthens emotional intimacy and keeps the marriage anchored in appreciation rather than taking each other for granted. Finally, consistency in morning togetherness reinforces the principle that love is an ongoing choice. Each morning provides an opportunity to choose connection, kindness, and attentiveness over distraction, indifference, or routine. The repetition of these choices strengthens the relational muscles that sustain a marriage through challenges, disappointments, and change, creating a foundation of trust, closeness, and enduring happiness that grows steadily with every day spent together. Intentional time together in the morning, has the remarkable ability to deepen love and respect between partners. When a couple chooses to set aside even a few minutes at the start of each day to focus on one another, it communicates that the relationship is a priority. This deliberate choice sends a silent but powerful message that love is not accidental or passive, but an active commitment that requires attention, presence, and care. Over time, these consistent acts of attention cultivate emotional closeness that strengthens the marriage at its core. By being present with one another in the morning, partners create a space for genuine connection. This presence goes beyond physical proximity. It is the conscious choice to engage with the heart and mind of the other person. Listening attentively, sharing thoughts or plans, and expressing appreciation in these early moments fosters a sense of being seen and valued. Emotional intimacy grows because both partners feel recognized not just for what they do, but for who they are at the deepest level. Intentional mornings also reinforce respect. When couples deliberately carve out time for each other, it demonstrates consideration and honor for the other's needs, feelings, and presence. Respect is nurtured when partners consistently choose connection over distraction, patience over haste, and understanding over indifference. Each day that begins with this conscious practice of valuing one another reinforces the foundation of mutual respect, which is essential for a thriving and balanced marriage. Morning connection provides a unique opportunity to express gratitude, which in turn strengthens love. Taking a few moments to acknowledge each other's contributions, character, or simply the joy of sharing life together fosters a positive emotional climate. Gratitude expressed in the morning resonates throughout the day, influencing interactions and shaping perceptions. Partners who feel appreciated are naturally more inclined to respond with kindness, consideration, and affection, reinforcing a cycle of love and respect. Intentional time together also builds a shared emotional rhythm. When couples consistently begin their day in alignment, talking, connecting, laughing, or even praying together, they establish a pattern that reinforces unity. This rhythm provides stability and reassurance, showing that no matter what challenges arise, the couple begins each day as a united team. Over time, this daily practice nurtures a deeper bond that allows love to flourish in both ordinary and extraordinary circumstances. The practice of morning togetherness encourages communication that is meaningful rather than rushed or transactional. Conversations at the start of the day often set the emotional tone for hours to come. Sharing hopes, discussing plans, or simply checking in emotionally creates opportunities for vulnerability and understanding. This intentional dialogue strengthens intimacy and respect by allowing partners to witness each other's inner world and respond with empathy and encouragement. Intentional morning connection also fosters patience and tolerance. Starting the day focused on each other allows couples to approach the rest of the day with calm and composure. The early investment in emotional presence provides a buffer against stress, disagreements, or external pressures. Partners who begin the day aligned are more likely to navigate challenges with cooperation and understanding, rather than defensiveness or irritation. Reinforcing the strength and stability of the relationship, daily intentionality teaches that love is an active choice rather than a passive feeling. Every morning that a couple dedicates time to each other reinforces the notion that relationships thrive when nurtured deliberately. This conscious effort instills a mindset of commitment and accountability, showing that sustaining love and respect requires consistent, mindful action. It shifts the perspective from taking each other for granted to recognizing the ongoing responsibility to cultivate connection. Intentional mornings also create emotional safety. When partners know that each day begins with a moment of connection, they develop confidence in the stability of their bond. This safety allows for honesty, vulnerability, and deeper sharing, as each partner feels assured that their emotions and needs are respected and valued. Over time, this emotional security strengthens the trust and intimacy that are essential to a long-lasting, fulfilling marriage. Finally, the choice to spend intentional time together in the morning cultivates a culture of love and respect within the marriage. It signals that the relationship is important enough to prioritize over distractions, habits, or routine business. Repeatedly practicing this form of intentional connection reinforces the emotional infrastructure of the marriage, building a pattern of closeness, respect, and commitment that naturally deepens love and sustains the relationship through life's challenges and changes.